Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to the Red Dirt Aggie Show. I'm Brian, the Red Dirt Aggie, here with.
I'm Caleb Michael, front man for Caleb Michael and the Arrested.
Glad to have you here with us today. I know it's been a long time coming. I saw you at Sawyer Park. I think it was last year, opening up for
Austin Mead.
Austin Mead. Yeah, no, and it was a killer show all the way around from y'all and from them. So we had a good time out there.
Oh yeah, that was a fun time. I love Sawyer Park and Austin Mead's great.
No, and that's a cool venue over there too. You know, I'm a part of Texas Country Network, and we've had a relationship. It's a great show over there and a great venue.
Oh yeah.
They really cater well to live music, and they take care of their bands
Oh
and stuff
yeah.
over there, from what I've heard. So it's
The
cool.
management's great. We've been there twice now. We're I think we're going back later this year, but no, yeah, both times we've been there, they took great care of us. Put us up in the green room when we played there last time. Fed us, gave us beers. I mean, can't complain.
No, I mean, what more can you ask for, right?
Exactly. Keep my paycheck. Just give me some beer. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah, I'm just kidding. That's all we need is money and food and beer.
Damn right.
keep it forward, right? Fuel the tour.
Definitely keeps us running, that's for sure.
Oh man, well, let's just get into it. But I mean, how? What was it that got you into music from the beginning? Like, when did you first know, like, this is what I want to do? You know.
Well, when I actually, said this is what I'm going to do, I was 20 years old, left college, took the rest of my student grants and bought my first PA. But I've known I've wanted to do something with music since I can remember. I grew up singing in church with my mom, as most of us do. But funny story about that. I first starting to listen to AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, and they sing about the one night stands. My pastor asked me, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" And I thought one night stands meant gigs. So I looked my pastor dead in the eyes and said, "I want to do one night stands when I'm older." My mom's like, "What are you talking about?" And I grew up singing in church, then in choirs at the school. I've always known, if sports didn't work out, which sports don't work out for almost everyone, but I knew if baseball didn't work out, I wanted to do something with music. I'd done it my whole life. I love singing, and music helps so many people work through heartache, helps you party harder when you're celebrating. And music's always been something that I've always connected to very deeply.
When it's, however you're feeling or whatever moment you're in life or whatever's going on, there's always a song or something that kind of relates to that too. Or at least for me, I know I always, there's different songs that remind me of different times in my life, I guess you would say, right? Like,
Yes, 1,000%.
Mhm.
I was listening to Grady Spencer in the work like a week ago, and it just brought me right back to a little stock pond that they have over in Highland Village, Texas, and that I was on Grady Spencer in the work at the time, and I was like, wow, I haven't even thought about that pond or that side of the DFW in a long time, and that song came on, and yeah, music's a powerful thing, man, and like I said, it's helped me through a lot of stuff, and obviously getting paid to do this is great, and the beard. If I can touch one out of 1,000 people that I see, that's all that really matters. It helping someone get through something or feel something that maybe they couldn't have felt without XYZ song or whatever. That's the real reason we do this.
Yeah, because it's like, just that's what means more than anything, right? If someone's like, oh, that I relate to that song, or that I think about this when I hear that song, that's got to be a crazy feeling, right?
It's wild that the first time that I saw more than just like, my homeboy or my mom singing out in the crowd, when you see those, you're like, I don't recognize that person, and they're singing our songs. It's probably one of the best feelings in the whole world.
Well, and it's like, there's that, and then I guess it goes through levels and stuff, right? Because I was talking to Parker Ryan the other day,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Dude, the first time I saw someone with a tattoo tied to one of my songs, he's like, this is the craziest thing ever. Like
Oh
someone
yeah.
someone took my lyrics or something from my song and put it on their body. Like that's wild.
I mean, I'm guilty of
Permanently.
that too. I've done that for songs.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's why, like, you think nothing of it when you do it for someone
Well,
else's
sure,
song.
yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like seeing your lyrics on someone else's body.
And you're like, whoa, I made that, and now it's on them.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
That's crazy.
And I mean, that's the thing about music. I I felt like an idiot when I got this on my wrist. It's "What a Shame" by Shane Smith and the Saints. I'm
Great
like,
song.
they're gonna, oh, amazing song. I was like, these guys are gonna think I'm crazy next time I see that, and they see I have "What a Shame" tattooed on my wrist. But no, they all thought it was cool, and it's. I'm sure for everyone else that gets a lyric or something tattooed on them, it's a reminder of that song and kind of keeps it fresh in your brain no matter what.
Yeah, no, and those seem like some solid dudes too, man. Everybody I talk to says that them and their whole camp and everything is a just a group of good guys.
I talk about them way too frequently, but those are probably some of the best people I have ever met, especially in the scene. Back when they were a little smaller, Tim, their lead guitarist at the time, me and my two brothers, that was my first band, the Caleb Michael Band, and our first show on a stage, we closed it out with their song "Feather in the Wind," and we tagged every one of them, and we went to go see them like the next weekend, and they're like, "Hey, come backstage, boys, come hang with us," and they were just the kindest. They were like, "Sit down, grab a beer, let's hang," and they let me ask questions, and we were just shooting the shit. They are some of the best people. Even still now, when I go to their shows and I see them, always a big old bear hug, especially from Chase, their bassist. God, that dude gives the best hugs. But no, yeah, just phenomenal people. And I mean, when you have someone that's just a group of people that are so amazing, and then you see them playing that type of music, you're like, it makes it that much better.
No, yeah, and it's been I've been following them for a while as well.
Mhm.
I feel like I went to A&M at the right time, man, because I
Yeah.
got to see Parker and Co. and them and
Oh yeah,
Friend and everybody all like while they were still,
yeah.
they were getting pretty popular, but it's like before they really like, you know,
Hit the
to
big
the
big
moon.
stages. Yeah. Oh yeah.
uh,
What's that place down there called? They just shut it down.
which one, man?
There's
No, Harry's Hurricane Harry's.
yep.
Yeah,
I went to go see
a
Shane play
shame.
there.
Hmm.
Yep.
What a
I
shame.
love I loved that place. Everyone's like, oh no, it's a shitty, but I loved Hurricane Harry's.
It was a great bar and a great dance hall and an even better music venue, man.
Oh yeah.
They could hold a lot of people in there too.
Oh yeah.
So it really sucks because there's nowhere. It was everyone thought like Shiner Park was going to kind of fill that void, and then
Take
they just shut
over.
down. They just shut down too. So I don't know.
What?
Yeah,
No
there
way.
is no dance hall in College Station right now. So
A
if you want to make an investment, man, now's the time to go open a dance hall up there.
little over my head for that.
me
No,
too, but
I love College. Been arrested there, but still love College Station. I try and go every winter to go to Santa. I'm a Christmas slut, so they have
Santa's
Santa.
Wonderland, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I try and go down there every year, and go hit Northgate afterwards. I love College Station.
No, it's a fun town and really a fun city. You can almost say now. There's so much stuff up there.
Oh
It's
yeah,
grown a lot. But and I still work up there too for
nice.
the day job. I
Yeah.
moonlight as a podcaster, but you know,
Hey, we all gotta have
we got to
something
pay
that's
the
fun to do.
bills.
Oh
um,
yeah.
but yeah, no. But yeah, it's a cool city. I like still being up and around there, and
Oh
I
yeah.
go up for football games all the time and stuff too as an alumni. So it's fun.
My childhood best friend, him and his wife, they went to A&M, so I always had an excuse to boogie my ass on down there and go have fun, go tailgate with them. Yeah, great spot.
No, but it's funny you mentioned Santa's Wonderland too. I took my wife on our first date there too, and so
Hell
it's like that
yeah.
place is like special to me too. It's crazy all the lights they have in there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think one of the best things is while you're waiting in that long ass line, They got beer vendors at every stop. You're like, we're gonna get a little
I'll try
toast
this one.
before we.
Try this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, do you remember thinking back to what was the first song that you ever wrote or performed? Or maybe
So the
if it's different ones, than each one.
so the first song that I fully wrote and felt comfortable sharing with people was a little. It started off kind of as a bro country kind of thing. It's turned more into a rock and roll song. It's called Pecan Creek, and I know Texas people say pecan. My parents are both from the north. I say pecan. Um, but yeah, it's a place where me and my friends would go fish, bow fish, drink, and smoke a little bit of weed. And just all of us high school kids go down there and go fish and just get away from all the crap and stuff.
Sure.
And I went home, wrote a song about that, and before I was even actually like taking it music serious, I went to the barbecue shack I was working at as a cook. They had like a little mini stage, and I plugged in my guitar, and I was like, "Check this out, y'all," and played that. And still to this day, we actually just put it back on our set list. Excuse me. In the past 6 months, because we had a bunch of OG fans showing up to shows. Like, play Pecan Creek. I'm like, that's not on the set list. I'm sorry. So, so we added it back. That's a real fun one. Um, but yeah, that's the first song that I ever performed of my own, and then like I said before, I even like started buying my PAs and stuff and setting up, doing stuff like that.
Yeah. And so going back to that PA too. What was the story behind that? You said you used your last bit of tuition money to buy a PA.
So yeah, I went to a shitty little community college here in just south of Denton in Corinth, and it was basically like high school 2.0. And
Was it is it Collin Community College or
no,
whatever up there, or
NCTC.
NCTC? Okay, that's what I
Yeah,
was wondering
and
because I had some buddies that went to Collin up there.
probably should have tried Colin. Maybe I would have stayed in college, but yeah, no, it was like high school 2.0, and I remember sitting there and supposed to be taking notes, and I'd be writing lyrics, writing songs and stuff like that. And one day I just got up, walked out of the class, didn't tell anyone what I was planning. Like I just spur of the moment went down there, went to the ATM, put in my student card, pulled out the rest of the money, and said, "Screw this." Went and picked up one speaker, a microphone that I did not know was not the right one for vocals, a little mini mixer, and started calling little pizza joints, barbecue joints, like, "Hey, can I come play for a few hours?" And yeah, it just a little. I just stopped using that speaker that I bought almost a decade ago.
So you got the right speaker then.
Oh yeah, the speaker was great. After I got done using his PA, it became a monitor. She served her purpose well. But yeah, it's all about learning. You don't know the right shit to buy when you first start. So no, that system did me well.
Yeah, dude. And it's cool to hear those stories about like the spur of the moment, like when you're just ready to jump all in, and just get out there and start doing it.
And you know that there's obviously days where we drive across a few states and you get back and you have less money than you left with, and you're like, should have fucking stayed in college. And then you have these great shows opening for Austin Mead, or headlining Hanks, and you're like, I made the right damn choice that day.
Hanks is up in the stockyards, right?
No,
Is
Hanks
it
was
around
in
there, or
the
is it?
it was in McKinney. So that
Okay, but I know
they
it's the
actually
Dallas area. That's I
yeah.
wasn't sure. Yeah, okay.
One of my favorite stages that we played with this band in the past 3.5, 4 years. That big old stage, the sound guy was amazing, sweetheart guy. The lights were amazing. It held a good amount of people. I loved that stage.
Do you know, by chance, do you know Megan, Hank the Cowgirl is her Instagram handle?
I know of her. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
think I've seen her out and about. Yes.
That's funny, man. Yeah, she's involved in our Texas Country Network deal
Oh hell
too.
yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, that's why I've heard. I was like, why is Hanks? Where have I heard that from? It's probably from
Hank the
her because I
cowgirl.
think that's where she got the whole little persona thing from. But yeah,
Yes.
no, that's cool. I've got a lot of friends up in the Dallas area, and then we go up with Texas Country Network and the TCMA and stuff. We go up to the Texas
Yeah,
Country Music Awards every year up there at
that's
Billy
awesome.
Bob's and stuff too. So it's cool. But yeah, dude, Fort Worth, Dallas, all that area is real nice up there. I'm down here just about an hour north of Houston in Magnolia,
Oh yeah, no,
but
I
yeah,
know exactly where you're at. Yeah,
yeah, not too far from Sawyer Park from Spring. I guess
yeah,
like 40 minutes, but yeah.
not too bad.
I actually grew up over in Spring area too,
Oh
so
really?
I'm like familiar with all that area. But
Yeah, my little brother actually lived down there in Kingwood for a good while, so I spent a good little time down there.
yeah, dude, Houston's huge too. It's like everything's an hour from Houston. Like Houston's an hour
Yes,
from
dude.
Houston.
I didn't mind going down there to see my little brother. He used to be my drummer, so we're tight knit.
Yeah.
And anytime he's like, "Hey, come down," I'd go down there, and we'd stay away from downtown, obviously. But yeah, anywhere we went, he's like, "Hey, let's go to the mall and take my son an hour away." It's like, holy hell, where are we going?
Yeah, dude. It's like I live, like I said, I live in Magnolia, and it's like if I tell anybody out of state or like from far away where I'm from, where are you from? I'm like Houston. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, what part? This one. It's like Magnolia. You know where that is? No. Oh, it's like
Nope.
30 minutes from the Woodlands. You know where that is?
Nope. Yeah. No.
No. Okay. Well, that's about 30 minutes from Houston.
Same with I'm from Denton's little meth baby brother, Lake Dallas. So when people are like, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm like, "Dallas." Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, like in Dallas." I'm like, "No, shitty little meth town on a lake about 40 minutes north of Dallas." Like, "Oh, okay."
Sounds like Magnolia.
Yup.
Oh, that's funny. But going back to like influences, I know you mentioned Shane Smith being
Yeah.
one, but who were some of your biggest musical influences growing up, and then now as well in your, whether it shows in your music or just in general?
Right. So it's funny. So I have two younger brothers. The middle one, I'm the oldest. He still plays with us. He's about to have a baby, so he's on a little hiatus. But him and I, especially growing up, we listened to a lot of like rock, like Stain, Chevelle, Breaking Benjamin, stuff like that, And even to this day, he'll be like, "Oh, dude, let's play this Stain song." I'm like, "Josh, we are right on the line of divorced dad rock and southern rock. We need to make sure we're on this
That's
side, not
fine
going."
though.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, our music already has a little bit of a dad rock sound. Let's bring it back over. But yeah, I had a lot of rock growing up, and I loved country music, but as a brown boy sitting around all these other white dudes playing, they're like, "Oh no, country ain't for you." I was like, I was pretty intimidated by it, but one day I was like, you know what? Fuck what everyone else thinks. I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna put my own spin on the country rock kind of deal. um, but yeah, rock and roll was definitely a huge Ozzy Osbourne. One of my earliest memories was hearing "Mama, I'm Coming Home." I'm like, oh the god, this song is amazing. Um, yeah, stuff like that. Like I said, Chevelle, Stained was a huge influence of mine back in the day. And I still cover, especially on my solo shows, I'll cover a few of his songs, some of the slower ones, some of the more rock ones. Um, but yeah, those were definitely my earlier big influences.
Well, yeah, and it's interesting to hear the obviously the country side of it and the rock side of it, but that's kind of where Texas music is right now. A lot of it,
Yeah,
is that more rock leaning, like still it's like it has, country themes in the lyrics, but
yeah,
the music and everything else is very like rock. with people like Tradio, Goetzel, all of that for sure.
Yeah.
But then even Parker Ryan,
Oh yeah.
Trent Cowie too has been getting more and more rock lately too.
Yeah.
Is another one, and then y'all. So it's
Yeah.
just it's interesting that you say that because I definitely think that's correct. Austin Mead too, another one he's got some
Yes,
that are some
for
of his
sure.
earlier stuff too. If you go back and listen, I remember like some of his earlier stuff was more country, and then it's like it kind of shifted more to
Oh
like
yeah.
rock, and I think he feels more at home doing rock,
Yeah.
definitely.
And
But
I'm very thankful for the climate that the Texas Red Dirt scene's in. Because when I started this with Caleb Michael and the Arrested, I looked at the guys. I'm like, hey, when we're writing, if it sounds good, it fucking sounds good. I don't want to keep us in a box. Don't think we have
yeah,
to play country, ding, 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 ding. Like we don't have to play that every song. And it's really CJ Briscoe. He was the OG lead guitarist for us and a brilliant mind. The dude can literally write you a song like that. It have meaning, a story, a plot. He's insane. A lot of our songs are written by him. He went home and wrote it on an acoustic guitar, brought it in, and we turned it into a rock song or a love ballad. And I'm very grateful for the climate of Texas Red Dirt where it is because we can kind of do that experimental stuff. We
yeah.
got one of our songs, I'm Ordinary. The amount of people that come up to me and are like, that sounds like a 70s porno when it starts. And I'm like, I'm glad we can remind you of the good old days, brother. But no, I'm thankful for that because we get to express our different music tastes in all of our songs.
No, and I think it's cool because that's where Texas is now. It's like it's not even so much Texas country anymore. It's just Texas music, where like
Exactly.
because you've got, and even with those artists that I named before too, same thing. Like they have songs that are definitely just country songs, and some that are
Right.
just rock, but they still kind of fall into that Texas country because they're from
Yeah.
Texas.
Exactly.
So
It's a
yeah,
little pass to get in.
it's like a yeah. um, and then there's even I guess another one would be like Geo and the Hired Guns too with
Love
Giovanni.
Geo.
Yeah, no, their whole camp is pretty cool. I
Yeah.
got to hang out with them a little bit at a music festival earlier this year, and
Hell yeah.
they're super nice. Like
Oh yeah.
just Geo gave me a big old hug.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I met a few different members of his band, not knowing that they played for Geo. Just excuse me, just out playing an acoustic show. The dude came up, like, hey, that was solid, man. I dapped him up.
Yeah,
What's your name? He told me his name. I was like, pleasure to meet you. I
yeah,
go
no,
see
it's
Gio like a few days later. I'm like, holy hell, that's a guy I met 4 days ago. So yeah, it that's one thing that I love about this scene is most everyone I've met in this scene, they're
yeah, they just
they're normal people.
yeah, they like to play music, and then when they're done, they like to hang out and do whatever, and
Exactly.
it's like and shoot shit, and it's like it's chill, it's cool.
Oh yeah.
There's
Well, and
not,
this type of music brings so many different people in. I mean, we've got fans ranging from like, and this is like I said, not just mom and pops as friends, and like we got some 60-year-olds that come to all of our shows. We
yeah,
got we played last night for this. She just turned 17. We played her birthday party. She comes to any show that I have that's within an hour. Her and her parents
yeah.
within an hour of Fort Worth every time, and I think we're fortunate, like I said, for where the climate is because we can bring in the older generation that likes that kind of
Yeah,
older southern rock sound, and then a little bit of the newer experimental stuff that we're doing.
no, exactly, and it's a great spot for the scene to be in.
Yeah.
Um, as far as your songwriting process, where can you walk me through your songwriting process a little bit? Do you start with lyrics first, or are you a like melody first kind of guy, or are you kind of just like messing around on the guitar and something comes to you, or how does that kind of work for you?
You know, I say this on stage all the time. Writing songs has always been like very deeply personal for me. I never liked writing with people. I guess I feel too vulnerable when I'm sharing like in the
Yeah,
moment when I'm writing. But for me, when I'm writing a song, I can sit on some chords for months, not know what the hell I'm going to do with it. It's in an audio note. And typically lyrics for me, it'll be, I'll be driving bored out of my mind and I'll write down one line. And then I'll get back into that mood, whether it was sad, happy, whatever it is, I'll get in that mood again. I'm like, I need to go look at those lyrics and start writing it down. And most times it does start with the lyrics. And then I got to sit down. I am music illiterate. I can't read music. I can't write music. But no, I got to sit down and look at my circle of fifths and be like, okay, what works here? But typically after I get some lyrics down and that emotion's kind of flowing out, I'll choose some chords that kind of match up with it. It's not a structured process by any means.
Well, no, and it's like I feel like it would be harder to have a structured process because it'd feel more forced, right? Like at least for me,
I
like thinking about with something creative like that, you have to kind of let it come to you when it's coming to you.
Yeah, it kind of ebbs and flows, man. Like I'll be in it. I'll get two verses down, a chorus, and then I'm like, I got to keep going. I got to keep going. And then, like you said, it feels forced, and you're like, no, give it a break.
Yeah,
But
let's come back to it when I'm like locked in again or in
exactly,
that
yeah.
mood.
And I think that's one thing that back to this climate of Texas music we got is a lot more people are writing more meaningful lyrics. For a while there, it felt like a lot of music didn't have much substance to it,
Yeah.
and it's all fine and dandy. You're out on the lake, listen to some banger with no meaning to it. Great, but I feel like most people on a day to day, when they're hit and shuffle, they don't want every song to be meaningless.
Right.
And I don't know a lot of other people's writing styles, but thank God for whatever they are, because it's brought out so much deeper music.
No, and it's as everybody has their own way of writing songs, and it's like what I guess whatever works for you is what you need to stick to, because
Yeah.
don't want to mess it up.
Well, I mean, like my buddy CJ, who wrote a bunch of our songs, we went into Panhandle House over here in Denton. That's where we recorded. Eric Herbst is insane good. The dude's amazing. He has an ear. If he was like, "Hey, I think we should do this," I was like, "Boys, just trust him. Let's go with what he said." And it might be that, hey, my song was 2 minutes too long and we need to restructure it. And that's one thing that I was super thankful for. We're a bunch of dumbass 20-something-year-olds. Well, I'm 30, but yeah, we're
29 here. I'll be there soon.
it's scary. No,
Yeah,
but
it
yeah,
is.
we're a bunch of 20-something-year-olds sitting in this studio, immaculate studio, and this guy's sitting here like, hey, let's try and revisit it. This part right here. Let's see what we can, and walking us through his thought process. And a lot of people are willing. I say a lot more than I thought are willing to sit down and actually show your music care as much thought and care that you put towards that song. They're willing to do the same with you.
No, and that's an important part of it, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like you want to get an opinion from someone who else, I guess, besides y'all, because y'all
Yeah.
are like, oh, we think this sounds cool, but it might be good to have someone else hear it before it goes to the masses, or maybe they
Exactly.
have a
Yeah.
really good
Outside
idea
of
or something
thinking.
on something. Sometimes there's something so simple they could do or change that makes it even that much better. And it's like that
Oh yeah. Well,
production
a key,
process is important.
a real bit good example. Our song "New Low." CJ wrote that one, and it was supposed to be mega slow. If you listen to that one, it's like da 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 da, kind of upbeat, happy tune. It's a super
Hmm.
sad song. He wrote it ba 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 ba, and the producer was like, "Hey, I think we speed this up. The lyrics are solid. Let's speed it up and make it kind of like a I can't remember who he used as reference. Kings. He's like, I'm feeling like a Kings of Leon vibe, and we're like, fuck it, let's try it. And it turned
Yeah,
out to be. It's one of my favorite songs, and
yeah.
it's our number two most streamed song on Spotify, I believe, right now. And so I'm glad we made that kind of switch. But I mean, it's also, you kind of gotta like take those punches like, oh, maybe my song did need a little more work and I put it out there prematurely, or and that's especially after seeing that process with Eric, it puts it into perspective. Like, hey, I'm done with it. Let's put it away, revisit it, go through it, and see if I'm hitting these little checkpoints that he checked on every song that we
Right.
brought through there.
Um, and a little bit more of a personal question, but
Yeah.
outside of music, what do you enjoy doing to unwind outside of music? If you or and follow up question, if you weren't doing music for a living, what would you be doing?
Well, I love golfing and fishing. I got into golf about a year ago.
Yeah.
If you asked me 2 years ago if I was ever going to play golf, I'd call you crazy. So I love doing that now. It's a little expensive, so when I have the money, I'll get out there and go play. But fishing, you buy a license at the beginning of the year or in September every year, and you just
Yeah.
go. That's one of my that's where I've written a lot of my songs. I'll go fishing and I'm just like, fuck, sit down there on the bank, take off the shoes, put my feet in the water, and start typing away. Um, there's not much I do that I exclude music from. It's always on the mind, but when it's time to unwind and stuff, fishing's definitely something. Love gaming, but
Yeah. Play Xbox,
yeah,
PlayStation.
yeah,
What?
play
Yeah.
Xbox. I ain't rich enough to have a PC. Not by any. I mean, if I sold all my music equipment, maybe. But no, if I wasn't playing music, I really don't know what I'd be doing. I'd probably be working some trade. I've worked trades my whole life. I actually, for the first time in my life, don't have a job and I'm just doing music as of this past. Well, wow, it'll be a year here in
Yeah.
about 2 weeks that I've been without a job, and um, I like I said, I worked trades my whole life. I've done HVAC, septic, commercial and residential remodeling, and it was always just means to make sure I can get to my next gig and stuff and pay my bills.
Right.
But honestly, I don't know what I'd be doing if this didn't work out. I'd probably try and find something to do in music. Teach. I teach guitar lessons now, but
Yeah.
probably do something of that nature.
That way you could still be doing music just through another avenue. Yeah.
Exactly.
So there's no
My
other
life,
option. No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
my
But
my
yeah.
life does not look good without music.
No, and I think that's what makes some of the best musicians is like, well, there is no other option. Like this is what I got to do. So, you know,
It,
it,
it's in my soul, and I've talked to so many other musicians, and I mean even ones just starting out, because I know I felt the same way when I first started. Like, this has to work. Like,
yeah,
I gave up college. I put money, time, effort into this. It cannot fail. And I know a lot of people that feel like that, and it's a beautiful thing, because whenever you see that guy up there screaming the lyrics to his own song with a tear rolling down,
means
that dude.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
he's doing what he wants to. Like,
Exactly.
um. So as a musician, you're on the road a lot, which means you probably go into a lot of gas stations. What's your go to? I mean, I'm on the road a lot too for my job, and I do, so I'm assuming you
Yeah.
have to. So what's your go to gas station snack and drink combo, or one or the other?
So it's become a ritual since I bought my van. But typically, as soon as we leave, we make a stop about 45 minutes out. So,
Oh yeah,
we can all buy snacks. And that first stop every time, 20-ounce Red Bull,
oh yeah.
Buzz Ball for everyone in the band. And if it's Bucky's, I'll get a nice burrito. But typically it's a QT. So I'll get me like 3 buffalo chicken rollers,
Oh yeah.
20-ounce Red Bull, and a Buzz Ball. Get that trip going.
And then about another 45 minutes, you got to stop and take a shit. Right.
Literally. It's like you know me.
Well, I mean, the buffalo chicken rollers and the Red Bull's gonna that's like a laxative right there, man.
Like I said, I've worked trades for a long time. This stomach's been in training for many years.
No, I used to be like I used to drink the sugar-free Red Bulls, but I switched over to the white monsters.
Yeah.
The sugar-free ones, man, they taste so much better.
I
That's why
fuck
it's like,
I fuck with both of them, but I know my
yeah,
manager. So our manager Chance Lewis, he loves sugar-free Red Bulls, and that's what I
yeah,
drink. So there's always a deal. So I'll go in there and just grab two of them, get him
oh
one.
yeah,
Because yeah,
yeah.
I used to be a White Monster guy. Then I went to Reigns,
Oh
and then
yeah,
I was
those are like hardcore
oh yeah,
though.
oh yeah. Well, my little brother, my bassist, he's been sober for about 3 years now, and his vice is now energy drinks. The craziest motherfucker. He pulls up and he's like, "Here, I got you an energy drink." I start drinking. I'm like, "Bucked up. That's a pre-workout." He's like, "Does this have beta alanine in it?" He goes, "Yeah, of course it does." I'm like, "You just handed me a pre-workout to sit around and do nothing?"
Yeah, you gotta check the ingredients on some of those things, man. They put like creatine and stuff in them
Oh
now
yeah,
too, and they're
gonna
like,
get all bloated just
we're
sitting.
not even going to work out. Like, why you don't need all that?
Exactly. Yes.
Just enough, just copious amounts of caffeine will do to wake you up.
I love the copious amounts of caffeine,
Yeah,
but
the whole
the
stuff.
beta alanine, the creatine, all that other stuff, I can do without that.
Yeah, man. Um, but what advice would you give for a young musician starting out? Maybe to someone like that person who just bought their speaker,
Yeah.
their PA system.
This is gonna sound corny, but I mean, definitely cry as much as you can when you're feeling those emotions. Let them go. Grab your guitar when you can finally dry your eyes. And I know it's very cliche, but don't give up. A lot of this is it's like baseball. It's a game of failure. And that's what this is too. That so many times you show up to a show and you're like, "Oh, this is going to be great," and there's 12 people out there. But that's still an opportunity to turn one person into a fan. It concentrate more on the wins than the loses. The losers are going to keep coming,
Right.
and keep keep the blinders on. Look at the good stuff and keep going forward. I mean, I just dropped almost $2,000 in the past month because everything keeps breaking on my van. And it's easy to call my manager and be like, "Man, fuck this. I'm fucking done." 3:30 in the morning, pissed off because it won't turn on. And there's a lot of losses in this line of work, but
Yeah.
those little wins, even the smallest of wins in a show or moving to a new booking agency or just something, those keep you going. And yeah, just never giving up and just keeping a forward mindset, even if it's an inch forward today. Doesn't You don't have to walk another mile forward in this business. You just take 1 inch, one step.
No, and it's I'm listening to you say all that, and it reminds me of, we talked about Shane Smith earlier. It reminds me of that one song where he's like, another blowout, 10 miles from town again. It's
What
like,
a shame.
yeah, that's what a shame, isn't it? It's that one.
Yep.
But this, I think about that. I'm like, man, that tells the story like of the musician life right there, man. You blow out on your, and I mean they've had a lot of that stuff happen to them too. I know their whole bus caught on fire or something that one time.
Yep. On the way to
Yeah,
Lubbock, burning all the way down. Yep.
it's wild, and I see things and stuff like that happens. And one thing about the Texas music scene is everybody helps each other out when shit like that happens. It's crazy.
Yes. Yes.
I know they ended up getting like gear from another group, and then I saw something happen where I think it was Hayden Baker had a bunch of his stuff stolen, and Aaron
Yeah.
Watson hooked him up with a whole
Oh
bunch of
yeah.
gear and stuff. So it's cool seeing people take care of each other out there,
Oh yeah,
that
man. And
understand that struggle.
yeah, and I mean, even at the level where I am, we're still so small. Even the people around me right now. Hey, man, anything you need, like let me know if you know. I'm like, same man. Hit my line. I was like, I may not be the richest guy, but I can come help you do whatever you need. Almost everyone I've met in this scene,
Yeah,
amazing
it's like
people.
no, and it's everybody at whatever level you're at knows what it was like to be at that other level and what it takes
Yep.
to get to the next one. So it's like
Yeah.
everybody's just like, yeah, like we're all just people. So
Exactly, and I think
um,
most of the people in this know that. Like, I'm just a dumbass from Lake Dallas, Texas, that used to get way too drunk underneath a oak tree and a bonfire, and now here we all know that we're just normal people.
um, and as a normal person, what do you have coming up next for you? What you got some new music or projects or anything that you want to plug while we have you here?
Yeah. So we actually got a show. We're leaving town, so we're almost done with our Midwest tour. Next week we're leaving for Chicago and Indianapolis. So that's going to be a great time. That's the furthest north that we've gone. I'm so excited to be in Chicago. But right after that, so we'll be getting back on the 16th, I believe, and 4 days after that, on the 20th, we're coming back home to Denton. We got Rob Lines co-headlining with us at Dan Silverleaf's, and oh, dude, Rob Lines, that dude had great person, insane music, love that. So yeah, September 20th, everyone listening, come out to Dan Silverleaf's. It's going to be a badass night, and yeah, we're actually working on a couple singles. It's been about 9 months since we put out any new music. Um, have you heard of Tim Lightyear?
I believe so. Yes.
He was Shane's old guitarist. So he's out of Royce City, I believe, and him and I wrote a song together called "Cold Day in Hell." We're cutting that right now. Me and the boys just got done kind of completing one of our little more fun, upbeat songs, party songs called "Guitars and Candy" that we plan on tracking here before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, definitely we're planning on, and hopefully we've done the singles, we've done an EP. We're hopefully going to have an album out by early mid next year and dropping some singles along the way.
Y'all gonna look at putting it on vinyl and stuff too?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I love when I'm just at home vacuuming and cleaning the place.
Yep.
I just go slap on some vinyl. It always pisses me off though. I'll be the furthest away from the vinyl player with the vacuum or the mop, and I'm like, oh, I got to go turn it over now. But no, yeah, I love it. I don't listen to my music very often. You know, I listen to it enough to practice and stuff like that. I don't want to burn myself out. I already play it X amount of times throughout the week.
Sure.
But if I had it on vinyl, I would definitely listen to it more.
Well, and that's see, yeah, I recently started getting into vinyl and all that. Like, before I got into it, I would always be like, oh, like why would I need that when I just have every song right here? Like, what's the
Right.
point? I was one of those people for a while, and then
Oh yeah.
I went to what happened was I went to a pawn shop and I saw like some old records and the covers and everything, and
It's cool as shit.
I'm like, oh, dude, this is like, really old and no one wants this. This is like $1. Like, why is this here? Like, I need to
Might
take
as
this
well.
home. So I didn't have a record player and I bought like 10 records because they were like $1.
Same.
And it was old, like, Waylon Jennings and George
Yeah.
Jones and like all this classic country. And then like also some like 70s classic rock and stuff too.
Oh
Like I
yeah,
had
for
like a Steve
sure.
Miller band in there and stuff too. But I get home and I'm like, well, shoot, I need a record player. So went to Goodwill and found one for $7.
Hell
And
yes.
it worked.
Hell yes. No,
No, then
I did the
upgraded
same
a little
thing.
bit in the meantime, but it's every time when I'm cleaning now, like you're saying, I like to put it on because it's like you just let the whole thing play and you don't got to worry about picking songs and it's.
Exactly. You get what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was the exact same way. I think I had 6 or 7 vinyls between Shane Smith, Noah Kahan, and
Yeah.
uh, Deftones. I just had a bunch of vinyls sitting around. I was like, about time I get a player. Luckily, my mom got me one for Christmas, so I didn't have to go spend the money. But yeah, the thing plays all the time. I love listening to vinyls.
No, and it's cool. There's something cool about it being tangible, like
Oh
holding your
yeah,
hand, and a
it's
lot of them have
nostalgic for
inserts
me.
and stuff too. Yeah, like
Oh yeah,
yeah.
my mom used to have a little. I say little. It was a damn unit. This thing that it was a box. It had 2 speakers in it, and she'd go blast whatever soul music that she wanted to listen to that day. And like, no, mom, let's put on some Beatles or let's put on some whatever. And no, keep your hand away. But no, it's nostalgic for me, and obviously I get all the music I like to put on there. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, and yeah, it's it's definitely neat, you know. And I most of mine are like old ones, like I said that I found like the old used ones and stuff. But I did
Yeah.
pick up some new ones. Like I think I got Turnpike and
Ooh, hell yeah.
I got Turnpike, Red Clay Strays, and
Love them.
Parker McCollum the other day, which was pretty cool. So
Nice.
yeah, they had like a 10th anniversary of the Limestone Kid, and the whole thing was like
Oh,
lime green too. It was cool.
dude, that's cool. That's cool as shit.
Yeah, I want to get a Parker Ryan one because I saw he was selling like signed ones too. I was like, that'd be
No
cool.
way. I had no idea.
But when you get yours on vinyl, let me know. I want to get one.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Hell
We were
yeah.
thinking about doing it for our last EP plus the singles, but we had just dropped all that money on the recordings. I was like, and you had to like the place around here, you had to buy 100 at a time. I'm like, boys, I can't afford that right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
For
whole thing is
life.
just trying to keep up with all the shit you got to buy in this thing.
No, and I've heard a lot of it is like you're a traveling T-shirt salesman. This,
Literally, dude, we finally sold out of our shirts when we went to Missouri last week, and that was one of the trips we got back, and I was like, Chance, my manager, I was like, Chance, we lost money on this. Because well, we need merch. I was like, well, you need to figure that out because I ain't got the money for it. And of course, he figured it out. What a
Yeah.
godsend he is. But yeah, we're definitely traveling shirt sales.
When I know they have like print on demand services and stuff now, so maybe
Yeah,
there's a way to do like drop shipping that's more cost effective. I don't know how that
Chance
works.
just cut out the middleman and bought a heat press.
Yeah, I mean that there's that too. That's the best way. No, and I've looked into all that too. Eventually, I want to start doing merch for the show and stuff, and that'd be
Right.
cool. Like I made myself a hat, but that's still
Hell
on the
yeah.
line. I went to the mall and just got it like stitched on there. And I've had so many people. They're like, "How do I get one of those? That looks so cool." I'm like, "I made it at the mall. I don't know." I went to Lids and I said, "Can you put
That's
this
so
in
fire.
script on there?" And they're like, "Sure." So now I got to figure out how to make them. But
That's so awesome.
but anything else you want to share with us while I got you here on the pod today, man?
Man, I've said pretty much what I've had to say, what I had to say, and I really appreciate you having me on. Anytime I can do something like this, we're a small band trying to get as much exposure as we can. So seriously, thank you so much for having me on here.
Yeah.
Um, there's always a little bump after someone posts a little podcast in our streams and stuff. So thank you, man. Um, to any of y'all listening out there, like I said, September 20th, come to Denton, Texas to Dance Silver Leafs.
Do it.
It's gonna be a banger show.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you taking the time to come on and hang out with us today, man.
Absolutely.
Stick around when I hit the stop button and we'll make sure it all saves.
Yeah. Redo the whole thing.
But this has been the Red Dirt Aggie Show. I'm Brian, the Red Dirt Aggie. That over there is.
I'm Caleb Michael, front man for Caleb Michael and the Arrested.
As always, Gigaman, God bless, and we'll see you next time.